Hello, I'm TJ De Kretzer. I'm the Corporate Equalities and Diversity Manager for Warwickshire County Council. I joined the authority in August 2007, having spent the previous 17 years working in the voluntary and community sector.
Hello, I'm Sarah Hagerhans. I'm a Corporate Equality and Diversity Advisor for Warwickshire County Council. I previously worked at Rugby Borough Council because I've just only joined the county back in the beginning of October this year and worked at Rugby from April of last year. Prior to that I was in private sector. Big change for me from private to public sector, but previously sort of in training and sales and other related things like that.
Hi, I'm Suranjana Lal. I'm the Corporate Equality and Diversity Advisor as part of the corporate team. I've been with Warwickshire County Council for a number of years. A number of those 10 years was with the social care aspect, supporting adults and children in a range of work and developments, particularly around ethnic minorities work.
As a county, we're quite large. We have a population of 522,000 people. We're a two-tier authority, so there's the county council and there's 5 district and borough councils. The population split and the way that we look ranges from ex-mining communities in the north of the county to predominantly rural areas in the south. In terms of the diversity of the county, overall we have a BME population of just under 10%. We have 17% of our population who have long-term limiting illness. We have a range of health inequalities and overall inequalities within the county. So for example, if you live in one of the more affluent wards, League Wootton, you will live 14 years longer than if you live in one of the wards in Nuneaton in the north of the borough. Well, we've agreed as a team to be in the hot seat for EqIAs because the whole issue about equality impact assessing around planning and community planning is something that we're currently working on in the rolling out of the authority's localities agenda and how we work and involve and engage our communities, not only in the delivering of the LAA, but also in the way that that's developed in the future. And that we're hoping that in embedding equality impact assessments in the process will actually begin to not only give people a much clearer understanding of the diverse needs of their areas, but also allow us to respond to the different population needs in each of our areas. So we'll have 23 localities that will incorporate 30 forums. So given the size of the county, that actually means we'll probably see some very different ways of operating and some very different priorities coming forward. And certainly for us as a team, we're going to be providing a vital role around equalities and inequalities in that. So it's very timely for us to be talking about the kinds of work we're currently doing. At the moment, I think that what we would say is equality impact assessments happen within the authority in the way that you would expect them to. What we're trying to do with equality impact assessments is take them now into a partnership arena. So when we start to talk about locality working, that's not just about us as an agency, that's about how we work with our partners and how we work with our communities. At the moment, we equality impact assess our local area agreement, but we do it when it's in draft format, and we look at how inequalities is represented through the local area agreement. There's nothing in theory wrong with doing that, but what it means is that we haven't necessarily looked at equality issues or embedded them or identified them from a very low level in terms of the way we begin to develop and plan and work with communities. So certainly what we're trying to do is make equality impact assessments more friendly, more understandable, and actually to create an arena where they become a part of a partnership process, that they don't belong to individual agencies, because then we begin to share develop the shared understanding of community needs. I think that in terms of how our community planning, our local area agreement process rolls out, it means that we will respond very differently in Nuneaton than we will in League Wootton. If we go back to the point about there's a 14-year difference in age expectancy, the rolling out of it should mean that the way we respond to local issues will be different. You will see a different way in terms of how we seek to improve the quality of life for people in Leek-Wootton and what the issues are there to the issues in places like Nuneaton. It will probably also and should also provide us with very strong evidence that allows us to direct resources where they're needed, to take to make investment and to legitimately make investment at a higher level in some areas than in others. And I think what we need to be clear about is that when we talk about equality impact assessments through this process, we're not just looking at the 6 equality strands, we're also beginning to look at inequalities in its widest sense. I can give you some practical examples of the things that we've done as a result of recognising the way that we equality impact assess the local area agreement isn't where we want to be. So, for example, we have a Warwickshire Disability Forum that's been operating at a county-wide level, and that's had an involvement in EqIAsing the local area agreement. What we've recognised is that actually that forum process needs to operate at a much lower level. So one of the things we're currently doing is working with our local contacts, our local groups, to establish forums at a locality level so that that kind of involvement isn't happening by one person across the whole county. It's actually happening and involving people at a community level.